Hello! I mentioned last week that this video and last week's vlog are going to look very similar, and that's because I'm filming at the same time. It is 7:39 in the morning, and I am off to the storage unit, which is a bit of a drive, especially since I don't feel like taking the highway. But I'm off to the storage unit because despite the weather, which is supposed to be wet, I want to get my balcony set up. So, we gotta head to the storage unit first, figure out what I got there, and then I've got some stores to get to because I've got some flowers I need to buy because we've got pots, so I'm gonna have some potted plants. Why not? I want to get a nice chair, and I want to get, hopefully I can find like a small table that has like a storage box in it. Or I'm just going to find a storage box that I can then also use as a table. Because I've got my wind chimes that I'm trying to put out in the morning and take down at night. At least that's what I want to do. That way if it gets windy at night, the sound's not going to bother any of the neighbors who are sleeping with windows open, because it will be summer and it will be hot. So having the box to put it in. Same with my watering can for the potted plants, if I have a place to store that so it's not getting blown around, possibly. So, we're heading to the storage unit because I know there's a rug that fits the balcony in the storage unit. So I want to get that. And then we got our stores to hit. You're also going to see partway through this video what I talked about last week, which is losing my hair. Okay, I've got running around to do. I'm actually really glad because last night I was not feeling well. At all. So, thankfully I'm feeling better today. And I'm going to grab my stuff and we're going to go set up the balcony. This could be fun. We, of course, need a before video. Not very big. Blank space. Gonna make some changes. It's gonna be nice. Okay, so on my quest to beautify and usify my porch, I have retrieved the carpet from the storage unit, and I actually found these pots with stands. And I thought, perfect. Oh yeah, I also got this done. You saw that last week. I thought, perfect. You see, the ceramic pots that we originally bought for a craft project. I can now continue with that craft project because I have other pots that I can put flowers into. I'm super excited now. Of course, it's 1 o'clock and I've gotten nothing else done. Man, I decided I was doing everything today so that my next day off I didn't have to do anything. And I'm kind of regretting that now. But we've got some running around to do, more so than we've already done. So I've just stopped at home to drop this off, pet my cat, grab a cupcake, and we're on our way. Speaking of cats, this is the cat petting section of the video. And now I have furniture for the deck. They actually match. Yeah, so it wasn't like a storage table like I was hoping to find, but they match. It's a smaller table, which is all I need. It's a chair that I like. And over here are my flowers, waiting to be potted with all the soil and everything. And it started raining outside. Well, despite the turn in the weather, I think I'm going to go ahead and at least pot my flowers anyways, because they should get out into the sun as soon as possible. And even if I don't set up the deck fully today because of said rain, then the plants will at least be out. They can get some water and some sun and the like. Though I'm definitely moving the furniture then if that is the case. Or I might just suck it up and set up the deck anyways. Except, of course, for my pot project, the lighthouse. We're gonna see how that goes. it might be terrible, but we're gonna see how it goes. Oh. Okay, so we are going to pot some plants. I also got some gloves, because in case you didn't know, dirt is in fact dirty. So additionally, the plants that I've got some geraniums, and I've got some pansies, because I sort of realized the moment I saw them, I was like, man, I have been missing these. Because we used to have a lot of pansies in the garden at home when we had the house. So, pansies it was. Go sideways on this one. Sideways, nope. Plan number 2. Okay. So, this is going to be interesting. Just got to take the entire tripod. This is the deck currently. Very simple, but it's what I'm looking for. That hook right up there is for my wind chime, but it's a little damp out right now, so we're not going to put it out. And of course, we still have our lighthouse project to work on. Okay, so I'm down to the final part of the porch deck thingy, and that is my beautiful lighthouse. Give me a second. Boom! There. You can see it so much better. I mean, other people have done it. So, I gotta paint it. It's only 2, but that's fine. That's fine. I just have to decide what colors I want to do. So I don't think I want to do red. Most people have done red. I don't think I want to do red. I kind of want to do a blue. Like a white and a light blue. So, white, light blue, white, light blue, and then tomorrow, some windows and doors. Cool, let's do this. I was gonna say, I need something for you to sit on while this happens. Oh. Oh. That was a lot dirtier than I thought it was. Boop. That works. Okay. So I was supposed... knocking over everything over here. There we go. White and light blue. So I was supposed to have a filming day today. And then I woke up and I was not okay. So I was like, man, I didn't really have my lazy day the other day. Because I ended up doing some things that turned out were really important things to do. But altogether, not very fun things to do. So, I was like, yeah, I could have a lazy day today. You can do filming another day. What am I going to do on my lazy day? Well, of course, Detective Pikachu just came out. And I really want to see it. So, I took myself to Detective Pikachu. And while I was there, I realized they've got a biopic of Tolkien playing right now. And to date this portion of the video, it's Tuesday. And I have the entire day off. Nothing to do, no one expecting me. And cheap tickets on Tuesdays. Turns out not just Tuesday evenings. It is cheap tickets all day. So you want a nice cheaper movie that is not nearly as busy? Go on a Tuesday during a school year. I mean, universities have gotten out at this point, but high schools and like grade schools haven't. This will become less of a possibility when we get into the summer. But needless to say, I got out of Detective Pikachu, which I very much enjoyed. Childhood on a stick, as it were. And immediately turned around, went and bought a ticket for Tolkien, which I also really enjoyed. Some fantastic cinematography. But, like, tears down my face multiple times throughout the movie. Like, there was a scene or two in Detective Pikachu that did kind of make me tear up. If you've seen the movie, them sitting on the fountain talking is precisely it. But, oh my gosh, is Tolkien just a heart-wrenching movie. Because what they do is they intercut him during World War I, searching for a friend as you get to know this friend as well. Because it cuts back to his childhood when he first went to school, and ended up making friends with a couple people, and starting what inevitably is sort of the prequel to the Inklings, though I doubt they would have considered that at the time. It's 4 friends that get together and they have tea and they encourage each other towards the arts when nobody else is. They read each other poetry and music that they're working on, things like that. Along with, of course, Tolkien's start of his relationship with his wife, who, I mean, they were absolutely in love with each other, but the fellowship is really what gets to you. Especially, again, when you've read the stories and you know, like, what ends up coming from it. And when I say the cinematography is fantastic, the war scenes are cut in such a way that you can see the beginnings of the evil that shows up in The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings, like, on the field. Like, the Witch King of Angmar shows up, and Smaug shows up, and when you first see Smaug, like, blow fire, you're just like, wow, and then your head goes, are those flamethrowers? Yeah, they are. Like, it's this really visceral, horrific scene that's done in a really artful way to show a young man who is wholly unprepared for it, right? Trying to deal with it in a way that he can understand. Because he's always liked fantasy, he's always liked writing it. You see his mother telling him and his brother's stories before she passes away. Like, it's just this beautifully done movie with these moments of young love and brotherhood and fellowship that is just heart-wrenching. Like, something I learned from the movie, a lieutenant that was very helpful to Tolkien and a companion to him throughout the war is actually named Sam. And when you first hear him say Sam, it sounds so like Frodo towards the end of everything. Just that utter unsurety of whether or not you can go on, but with this belief that you have to, especially when the person then turns around and says yes, right? And it's just, tears, so many tears. And then, so I was like, okay, not what I was expecting for my day, right? Thinking I went to get away from my anxiety, and instead, probably made it worse. Definitely made it worse. Because it's just, again, a reminder of fantastic friends and having conversations. And a reminder that even when you win something, you can lose 1,000 other things. In just the most heartbreaking way. And also as an author, to just see the inspiration was just moving. And so afterwards I had to go and get groceries. And I was like, I can handle this. And I went back to the store that I do a lot of my grocery shopping at, where last time I was there, I saw a book that I didn't pick up about the Great War in literature and why it still impacts us today. And I was just so many feelings from this movie and some of my own writing plans. I was like, I'm gonna get that book. Guess what? Can't find it. It's not. I checked that store over about 3 times. Can't find it. And so just emotionally, I'm a wreck. I got my groceries. I went out to the car, sat in the car, and called my mother. And we just had a 30-minute conversation that started with me admitting that I couldn't find a book that I wanted and breaking down into tears. So that just tells you how my day went. From like, oh, I'm gonna go watch a fun movie, to I'm gonna do a double feature, to, oh god, why? Why my emotions, why? But with that said, I would still wholly recommend watching both Detective Pikachu, if you want a fun romp that, again, has some heartwarming moments and is just childhood on a stick. Which I will point out that when I went into the theater, there was only 2 other people in that theater, and it was an older gray-haired couple. And I was just like, yep, we're gonna watch Detective Pikachu together. So yeah, you want childhood on a stick, go for Detective Pikachu. It's fun, I love it. Definitely had some unexpected things, like there was some things in the trailer that I assumed were one thing, and I was wrong, and I am very happy I was wrong. And then if you want a biopic about an author that went through a whole lot of shit and came out the other side deciding to make something beautiful, then definitely go see Tolkien. But if you don't want to get emotional and you don't want to think about fellowship and friendships that you used to have and don't anymore for whatever reason, maybe hold off and go see Detective Pikachu instead. Thus concludes my movie review portion of this putting together my patio video. I'm going to keep painting my pots and making a lighthouse. So I will see you again when we're a little closer to finishing this up and thus finishing up my deck. Now, if only it would stop raining so I could actually use it. Ta-da! So the white and blue are down here. I'm trying to get the whole feel of it in. So next, I just gotta add a door and some windows. Okay, this first part turned out okay, but I'm kind of concerned about trying to add the details. Ba-da-ba-ba! Ta-da! It's my little lighthouse with its little windows and tiny little door. Eee! Might have taken some time and a little bit of money, but I think it's going to be worth it. I'm not drinking this yet, it's far too hot.